This is a Case at 12 news special.
When you get down here, you will learn. You will learn. You will learn how to survive.
Nearly 14 years ago, we set out on a journey to show the struggles all too apparent on San Antonio's streets.
Most of the men out here think that a woman out on the streets is a prostitute. And they come by and they feel of her when she's asleep, and it's not right.
This is where I live.
I wish I could be a better dad. I'm trying to be a better dad.
It is a journey we continue tonight.
Just because we panhandle and stuff does not mean that we're like some kind of plague.
Since the last time we documented San Antonio's homeless, much has changed. A haven has been realized. The people staying include families, some with babies sleeping in borrowed cribs in the corner of a row of bunks.
The most pressing need, man, is substance abuse.
But just like 2005, living on the street is still a place full of heartache and hope, played out in broad daylight, in fields and under bridges, in vans.
And you go that way, it's Flores.
And even in tunnels. A harsh reality and a realization.
Anybody home?
That tonight more than ever, life on the streets is a life lived in the shadows. Good evening, I'm Steve Spriester. Welcome to this KSAT 12 News Special. We are walking in almost exactly the same area, not far from the Riverwalk where we were so many years ago, when we heard the stories of Mitch, of Vida, of Carlos. Tonight, a new look. What is it like to be homeless in San Antonio in 2019? Has the Haven for Hope made a difference? Can the Haven survive long term with most of its finances coming from just one person? But one of the biggest things we found is that not only have the faces changed, but the places where the homeless live have as well. For many, a life in the shadows means literally going underground.
If you want, you can turn off the light and see how dark it is.
So how do you know where you're going?
Just follow the light. You feel your way down. Some parts is dry, some parts is not.
How long have you been down here?
About 2 months.
What led you down?
Drugs. We get candle, light it up, and let the wax drip on it. And then we'll just light it, and there's our torch for us to see.
You don't want to be down here. Do you?
I mean, there's nowhere to go. This is my home. This is all I got. There's crawfish in here, so sometimes when we don't have no food, we're coming down here and we get crawfish, really.
Where we are walking right now is directly under one of San Antonio's busiest streets. Up above us, that's a manhole cover. It's hard to believe that this far underground is where a lot of people call home. How did you find this place?
Through a friend of mine.
What do you say?
He goes, hey, if you need a place to crash, I got you. I thought he had a place for us to go, like a regular house.
That's where you get your water.
Yep. You can go and come whenever you want. Ain't nobody gonna be down there. We don't use restroom right here. This is all clean. All right. I promise to you. I throw bleach right here. Oh, okay. Bleach, that's why you know it don't smell down here. Sure. Thank you very much. I keep my clean down here. Yeah. For real. I know how it is down here.
What do people need to know about being homeless in San Antonio?
Survive.
What is the key to surviving down here?
The biggest key? I really don't know the biggest key. This is the only way. I mean, this is the only place that I gotta go. This is the only place where I can lay my head at. This is where we cook our food.
That's your grill?
Yeah.
Are you hopeful that the Haven for Hope will help?
I'm hoping they'll help me out.
Did you ever think this would be your life?
Nope. Never thought that I would be in the hole down here.
Where's your head at right now? Like, what are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about getting out of here and getting help and stuff.
Do you still use drugs?
Yeah.
It's still a problem?
Yep.
What do you use?
Meth. Once we wash clothes, either we hang it outside or we hang it up here.
It's your clothesline?
Yep. My clothesline. Right here. This is it right here.
You still in touch with your mom?
Nah, not really. I mean, I call her every now and then, or I text her every now and then. Nah, I don't talk to my mom.
So this is the entrance.
Yep.
What's your dream? What are your hopes?
My hope is to get out of here. I hope I get out of here, and I hope that nobody goes and follows my path.
Hello, are you here? Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going?
All right. Where the camp at?
Follow the trip.
How you doing? All right.
Some of us are embarrassed, but I mean, I'm not. You know, I mean, I dumpster dive. I ate out the dumpster, you know, and I fed my people out of the dumpster. It's not really trash because it's still in the box, in the plastic.
Anybody else staying out here with you, up under you?
You might as well just forget about me.
Nah, we ain't gonna forget about you, bro. I got the couple with me. I want them to have a tour of the campus, okay? Swing by the Walmart. I told that guy I was gonna bring him some puppy food.
I said it's okay, Popeye.
Can't make anybody do anything. So that public awareness, they feel like we can just show up and everybody getting in the van, and it don't work like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got rights. So that's a procedure that we use and we have to follow.
We were driving through that area yesterday.
Yeah.
I could see the homeless camp there by the freeway.
What's a good day for you?
Oh man, just bringing somebody in. This is a good day. Just them wanting to experience and see the campus. Hey. What's up? Ready?
Yeah.
Right on. That's a good day for me, man. It's waking up knowing somebody wanted to try to experience and dispel all the rumors, because he was really negative yesterday. Yeah, man. He's like, oh no, this, that, and the other, but he never experienced it. He never been there.
What's a bad day?
Ooh, man. I had one of those in a long time. Finding somebody dead. That's a bad day. Now, I've done it. Stabbed, shot. I was the only one out there. Found him. That wasn't a good day. It just finding somebody you trying to work with, trying to help, and they dead. Yeah, it's difficult.
You knew him. You knew the guy.
Yeah, seen him around. Yeah. Yep.
The good days outweigh the bad days?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what keep me going. Hey, good morning. Morning, my friend. I got that dog food for you, man. With the homeless, 9 times out of 10, they homeless in the area they grew up in. They familiar with the people, they familiar with the surroundings, they feel comfortable and safe, so that's where they want to be. What's up, man? Hurt and broken, been placed invisible by society. Hey, young lady, I've been looking for you. They'd rather just be alone. So that's what takes us so long to get those relationships, is because we're not forcing anybody. What we're doing is just trying to say, hey, we're here to help.
Hey, how y'all doing? Living the dream, not in a dream.
How long have you been doing this?
10 and a half years almost.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the biggest change that you've seen?
Biggest change, to be honest, man, is the increase in the drug usage, you know, by a lot of the homeless folks. Mainly because they suppressing it, their situation. And I've met a lot of individuals who had great jobs, working construction or whatever, and they break limbs, they fall, they get hurt, they go on workman comp runs out, and after that runs out, the insurance run out, but they still got the aches and the pains and whatnot. So what do? They turn to self-medication and use drugs. They need long-term treatment. We only got so much space over on the campus of Haven for Hope, so that's all we can do is they can wait and wait and wait, and they get tired of waiting sometime, and they come right back out here. But as you can see, Steve, the most pressing need, man, is substance abuse. Panhandling strictly for this, nothing but dope.
Can you tell what's in there?
Heroin, gotta be heroin, because it's brown. You see the discoloration on the inside, and then you can see it crystallizing also on the inside.
So how much, like, for a vial of that? If it's crocodile or if it's the good stuff, what does it range from?
About $10. A $10 hit, that's about a $10 hit right there.
And I know a lot of times too, at least when we went out and did the initial story, was we saw a lot of cases of mental health.
Oh yeah.
People that mentally needed help. Mm-hmm. You still seeing that?
Oh man, I've met some individuals who were like 18 and 19 when I started out, and sane, excited about life, homeless, looking for some change and some help, and they develop mental issues. You can see the change. They talking to themselves, they're secluding themselves, they're not keeping themselves clean. So that mental aspect, it develops also after being out here for so long. How long you been out here?
What keeps you going?
Thinking about my family, thinking about those individuals that's near and dear to my heart, man, and hoping that somebody was out here beating the grounds. If they were ever in a bad situation and became homeless, somebody be out there to, pick them up, lend them a hand.
Dear Lord and Heavenly Father, we thank you for allowing us to come before your throne, and we thank you, dear Lord, for allowing us another day.
God keeps me going. Yeah, he keeps me going, man. When I get to a certain place and I feel a little overwhelmed, always somebody say thank you. I can be driving wherever and getting out, putting gas in my car, and all of a sudden, somebody say, hey, that's Ron Brown, Pastor Brown, come and meet my family. Whew, lift me right back up, man. They say thank you, happy to see you. Those type of deals. And always somebody that comes along, just, lift you back up. Gratitude. It keeps me going.
And you're making a difference.
Yeah. I'm humble too.
Yeah.
I keep myself humble, man. Keep myself grounded. Yeah. I don't want to get no higher than where I need to be, because I need to be able to relate to the individuals that I'm trying to help and work with.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. It's a pleasure meeting you, man. Thank you for opening up to us, all right?
Okay, give me 1 second. Here you go, sit down.
Do you see yourself in the eyes of other people?
Yes, I do. I remember when we were just in the family room in there, and there was a family in there, and I remember walking in there and looking at the chair that I sat at, and just knowing how nervous and scared they looked, knowing I've been there. I know what they're going through.
How
How's your day been going?
That's been going good, man. How's yours?
Good. Even the clients that I work with, they're like, they see me as I am now. They're like, how do you know what I'm going through? You've never had to go through this. And I'll tell them, you know, you're wrong on that. I've been here. I lived here. I know the struggles you're going through. I understand.
You were a victim of domestic abuse.
Prior, yeah, that's what brought me to San Antonio.
To try to get away from...
My youngest son's father, yes.
And so that led you here for a better life, and then you lost your job.
Yes. Being a family on the streets, it was some of the hardest things, because the park that we used to stay at, they had a grill and a picnic table, and they had a public pool. So what I would do, I was on food stamps at the time, and so what I'll do, we'll go to the store and we'll get hamburger or whatever, hot dogs, and we'll cook on the grills. Of course, I didn't have money for charcoal, so what we'll do is get the twigs and the small sticks, and we'll put them in the grills and we'll light it up and we'll just grill out. I just always try to make it fun for them, always trying to make it a day of them, but they knew it wasn't easy. The bus stops, we went to the overhang bus stops that had the full benches and the extra patio spaces, and we would sleep at this one over by Presa Road, and it had like a retirement home. And one of the elderly couples that lived there, they kept extra blankets and pillows in the back of the pickup truck. And they said, if you guys need to sleep out here, use these. I remember not getting much sleep during that time, but I made sure my kids, trying to make it like a camping thing, trying to make it easier on them. Staying busy. How about you?
Trying to get busy, trying to get out of here.
You will. I have faith in you. If Haven wasn't here, I don't know where I would be at today, to be honest with you. I know I wouldn't have the relationship I have with my children, and who knows where I would be at right now. Haven saved me and changed my family's life.
I work on the streets. I go anywhere where there's individuals living under the bridge, in the woods, abandoned buildings, cars. So I'm gonna leave you this, which will allow you to go into the warehouse and get the vouchers that you need.
Our concern is growing about families who are homeless. Families come to us more and more. We were evicted. Even though we're full, we will not turn away a family. We give them cots and bedding and food and clothing, and they may sleep in a conference room for a while.
I just wanted to follow up with you.
Families are the biggest group that they're seeing at the Haven so far.
Yes. We don't have enough room for them here. That's why you saw me at that motel with those families, because if there's other resources for them and the city's willing to, put them in a motel temporarily until they can, get back on their feet, and then I can still come in and pay the deposit and 3 months of rent, then I'm gonna collaborate with that resource, because, we're at capacity. Our emergency services is considered overflow, and that's overflowed.
People ask me what has surprised me about being at Haven, and I say it's bigger and more complicated than I thought. Not just Haven too, but just the dilemma of homelessness and poverty and people struggling to keep their family together, to keep their lives together. It is a daunting task for our city and for our nation.
Things that led us here was I had a nervous breakdown, and we stayed in hotels for quite some time, and that became strenuous on the budget, and eventually it brought us here to Haven. It was a last choice. I fought as long as we could, Being here for my family is a blessing to me.
Is it good? It's good? Yummy, yummy.
Do you sometimes wonder where you would be if you weren't here?
I would know. If it wasn't for Haven with Hope, I wouldn't know where we would be right now.
Everybody deserves a second chance in life, and that second chance was here. So in order to take the stepping stones to get back in society, this is where I needed to be.
The thing is that we don't separate because we're a family.
Trying to get them to comprehend that it's not okay to stay in that situation. I know they want to stay with Dad, but the better thing to do is to get themselves into shelter with that child and get that child off the streets.
I regularly go out with Ron and Monica and others, our outreach workers, and it's very interesting to me. There's lots of hearsay among the homeless on the streets, and they say, I can't go there. Why not? Because there's too many rules. What rules? You just can't bring drugs, alcohol, or weapons. That's it. You get free showers, you get free laundry, excellent food. Well, I can't. And then I say, have you been there? No, I haven't been there. Well, how do you know then?
Why did you decide to do this?
It was a calling. It's more than a job. I don't come here every day just to do a job and earn a paycheck. Seeing a mom or a couple in the freezing cold, just wanted, like, if I could just grab them and stick them in the van and say, you're coming and you're gonna get the help that you need and you're gonna thank me for this later, but I can't. I have to let them make their own decisions.
$2,872 people. That's the official count for homeless in San Antonio last year. But getting an exact number of how many homeless people there are in any community is a tricky business because, as we found out, oftentimes the homeless community likes to remain out of sight. Like my friend Bob. Bob keeps up on current events, watches local television news, and he taught me something. Not everyone who lives on the street considers themselves homeless. How you doing? How are things? The whole purpose of this thing is to show what it's like to be homeless in San Antonio. I can't answer that question.
Yeah.
You can answer that question. How long have you been down here?
Probably about 3 years.
You've lived down here for 3 years?
On and off, yeah.
What's the lure of this place that's kept you here for 3 years?
You don't get hassled with. Have somebody come up and just, you know, how would you like to be somewhere and all of a sudden you're waking up, you gotta go. Get your possessions, get up and out of here.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing to wake up to. Here's where I stay right here.
Yeah.
When I need to go up, is right up to there. It's actually very comfortable up there.
When it gets rainy down here, you
everything
move up
goes
there.
up. Yeah, you just go up there and you just watch the water go by.
But it's never got higher than there.
Well, it comes up to about here. And the first time I was down here, when it comes by you that fast, it's very intimidating, especially in the dark.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna drown like a rat. You get scared.
We have a homeless guy that we just met.
What did you describe me as the very first thing?
I don't know, what did I say?
A homeless man. I got a homeless man here. I got a homeless man. I got a homeless.
Like that.
Who would?
You think you have a home?
Who would?
How would you describe yourself?
How? I have a home. My home is the same as your home. In his home, in his home, in his home. You know what I call that home? Planet Earth. Yeah, that's my home.
Okay.
I don't have an address.
I apologize.
Oh, you didn't do nothing wrong. I would like to see, and I've talked to some preachers and ministers around here, let's start building some homes for people. And get this notion out of your mind that it has to be some really, in fact, just whole subdivisions of very small micro houses to put these people in, to give them a home, give them a piece of America, make them feel like an American again. What I saw this morning at 5:30, a guy down here with his meth pipe and his torch. That's what I usually see.
Yeah, they come down here to do drugs.
Of course.
Yeah.
All the time. A couple times I've had a few little problems. I had to point out to them where I have to be my own security guard.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's my security stick over there. Yeah.
If you ever feel
Scared?
scared or not safe or
Unsafe? No, I really don't. I'm my own mini haven down here.
well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, you kind of seem to control this area.
Well, I don't know if control is a word. Maybe, yeah. I get a driver's license. I mean, I'm capable of a lot of things if given the opportunity.
Yeah.
If given the opportunity.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And there are things you want to do.
There's a lot I want to do. A lot.
Are these yours or these are whoever's clothes?
Some are mine. Some I had to kind of fix that whole bar up. It was all falling apart and everything, so I fixed it up a little bit.
Yeah. Makes a clothesline.
Make a clothesline. Yeah, you have to adapt. Check out their artwork.
What's your dream? What's your hope?
To be able to drive around San Antonio one day and not see one person sleeping somewhere under, by 7-Eleven underneath a piece of cardboard, to see some people standing out there with a sign, homeless, hungry, anything helps, not to see any of that anymore. That's mine right there.
I appreciate it, Bob. It's a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Jacob, tell me what you guys are doing.
We're making palm crosses. We started this 3 years ago because we got tired of being treated some type of way. Every day we would have to panhandle or fly a sign. And to be honest with you, we got tired of always having to fly a sign and panhandling, and that's the only way we can get any kind of food, any kind of blessings or anything like that. One day I was talking to one of my friends, and this little girl goes to both of us. We're at the dollar store, panhandling. As we were panhandling, she goes to both of us and says, "Daddy, didn't God create you? Didn't you create me? Why are you sitting here asking for change? Why don't you create something?" At that moment in time is the reason why I started doing this each and every day. The same thing that I'm doing right here is making a sticky geometry. Taking the same thing that God gave me and winding two things together and truly forming it into anything I truly want it to be.
It's wonderful. I mean, at least they're trying, not just holding up a sign and taking the money and going to the liquor store.
Honestly, when I go to a person and talk to them, I feel more of a man. I feel like I'm a salesman. I actually feel legitly about myself. Like, if you don't want me saying, you have different kind of salesmen that sell cars, that sell different things. I sell nature. So like I tell people, if you can sell nature to a person, you can sell anything to a person. There are some of us that are out here trying to make it and actually truly trying to do something productive. And we always get put in the same categories as the other ones. My whole point to people, stop putting all of us in the same category. The ones you do see trying to make it and actually be productive and do something productive in the world, actually help us out. The ones that are not, let them die off.
You make enough money to feed yourself?
Yes, sir.
You ever make enough money to maybe get room for the night sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes we even have people sometimes bless us. They'll actually buy the room for us, sometimes buy the food for us, and just do that for us. Sometimes we've had blessings like that.
What do you want to be in?
10 years? 10 years?
How about a month from now? Same thing or?
Honestly, G, I want to have my own multi-billion-dollar business, truly helping the next man, next woman. And in any country, if they truly want to be able to make something for the leaf, from any kind of art, they can truly do it. It's a circle inside a circle inside a circle inside a circle. And truly all I'm truly doing is twining it. Every man and every woman of God is a true flower of God, but every man doesn't understand it. And all we truly want to do is look at the next man walk in the same circle. My whole point to people is stop doing that. We've been doing it for generation and generation. Look at the next man or the next woman like a true blessing of God. We are all blessings of God.
Well, don't you wish you had what they had? No, because I'm fine with what I have. And it doesn't burn me. Economically, I wish I could just be able to survive.
This is an old RV. You can barely tell, but it's an old RV. It's not so young no more. Hey, Brandon, how are you? After you literally clean up, right? How long have you been living here?
Oh, year and a half.
Year and a half. I mean, you're paying rent on this?
Oh, rent, a lot, 500.
On a shelled out RV.
No, okay, no. This was not really an RV. It was ran down already.
You don't want to live like this.
Of course not. I mean, but I make the best of it, and I try. Blood pressure. All right. My ears are starting to ring. Oh, I'm thankful. Yeah, I'm thankful to be able to breathe.
So we're gonna grab the other leg.
I got them both.
You got both of them?
the van.
Okay.
They can help this poor guy. People come in here, they take advantage of him. He wants to help everybody. You need to help yourself.
Oh yeah, I come over here checking it out at night. Come on, man, just go. Too many damn mosquitoes out here. And I got my. We don't want to go. Man.
He's independent.
Very independent. He said he's got his way, man. He's probably been through a hell of a lot.
Because he really needs help.
The neighbors, man, they felt sorry for me when I came in because they said, you don't even know what you're coming into. I says, well, I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to do this. And like, don't even try. Like, we don't. It's not worth it. These are bad people. I can do this. I can do this.
Hey, keep an eye on the place.
Do whatever you can for him, man. I love that guy.
Your brother was talking to me about.
Once I can rest a little in here from it all, I'll be able to be all right again, you know, and I could just need a break.
Hey, man, don't forget me, Brandon. I'm always going to be here, like I told you.
You excited to go to the Haven?
It's something new. I don't know what's going on, but I'm willing to try. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I know it's going to be new.
Any doubt that Haven's been a success?
Oh, no question. I mean, walk around downtown San Antonio and then walk around downtown Austin and then ask me if this has been a success. What's the difference? We have Haven for Hope and they don't.
Talk about what this place means to you.
You know, how many opportunities do you have to save a person's life? And here we're saving lives every single day. I knew you had to address the root cause of why these people are homeless, or you'd never be able to help them, life skills, job skills. So the vision that I had was pretty much the vision for Haven for Hope. Just a lot of detail that had to be filled in. I don't know whether we do or not. We need to get more people to come to Haven. We need to do a better job on the outreach. What these people do is they panhandle, and they'll make $100, $200 a day, and they'll continue to live in these encampments. So we need to do a better job of bringing the people in.
There are some people that are concerned what happens with Haven for Hope when Bill Greehey isn't here anymore.
I think we're beyond that. I mean, I think the future's bright. I think we've got a great board. We've had some really good people on the board. I think people are passionate about helping other people. I think Haven will do well without me.
The underlying themes, mottos for Haven are pretty simple.
You know what it is, and it's all about love. When these people come on campus, they're given unconditional love. And a lot of them say, I couldn't learn to love myself until I was loved by others.
You have your name on different places all over town. St. Mary's University, certainly on this campus, at Valero, at New Star. How does the Haven rank in Bill Greehey's legacy?
You know, I was CEO of Valero for 32 years, and Valero was a great, great success story. But I will tell you, I take more pride in what I've accomplished at Haven for Hope than I did at Valero. And again, I mean, we're saving lives.
So we first met over here.
Right.
I remember you standing to the side, waiting until I was about done. And then you asked me a question. Remember what you asked me?
No, I sure don't.
You said, do you really want to tell a story about the homeless? Or are you just going to go out and act like you're homeless? Do you really want to tell the true story? And I said, yeah.
Wow.
And you said, okay, I can show you around.
What's it like for you standing here today?
Whoa, what a question. Brings back memories. Yes, a lot of memories. Every time I pass the church, I think of this is where I started. Matter of fact, there's a room right up here where I used to sleep. You know, I used to sleep there.
Memories played out on San Antonio streets, the alleys, the bridges, the beds made of cardboard. It has been 14 years since we had seen Mitchell Brooks.
How you been doing, okay? What they got there? Mashed potatoes and Popeye. You get anything to drink? Do you want something to drink?
He went from homeless to prison and back again. Addiction and a criminal charge have followed him for most of his life. What are you thinking as you're walking up here?
This used to be home.
Now clean and sober, this trip down memory lane was all about changes, including the steps of what was then Municipal Auditorium. It's now the Tobin Center.
I used to sleep right here. And I would spread leaves out all right here. It was an eye-opener to me in order to be out there on the streets like I was. And knowing I come from a good home, a good family and everything, and things just went, you know, the drugs, the alcohol, the mental anguish, just went downhill from there.
Mitch now has a job and a place to live, and we actually first saw him again at Haven for Hope.
What's going on, bro?
Another change, and a place where he received treatment for his drug addiction. Ironically, the place he helped start with his story so many years ago helped save his life. But he's well aware that not everyone on the street is a fan of Haven.
I used to work with people, and still do work with people, that go through the struggles of mental illness, and they don't know where to turn, and they're afraid to go down to Haven for Hope because of some of the bad things they've heard, you know, but I went through there, and it helped me. You know, so I remember when I was homeless, and I went down to Haven for Hope, and I started in the Prospect Courtyard, and they helped me get on my feet. You see every and anything go on down there. That's why I refer to this place as the meat grinder.
The meat grinder, the old Sam shelter where drugs were dealt on a street corner. The bridges where homeless gathered for shelter and food all look very different from 14 years ago.
It used to be almost like a bunk bed in there. Full of mattresses. Then down on that end by the bridge is where you saw a bunch of mattresses lined up on the sidewalk also.
It's changed.
It's changed.
But Mitch knows this progress doesn't mean the problem's solved as much as it's moved. It's a homeless migration Ron Brown knows all about.
They want to be private. There's not a lot of privacy downtown with the a lot of the ordinances. Makes it hard for them to camp down, bed down in certain places, doorways, no more of that stuff. So what they do is they just go out, and as we found out, go under, been placed invisible by society, and they'd rather just be alone. Anybody home?
Brown took us as far as Bernie.
Hello. I'll give you my card.
Outside 410. But this area, the most visible evidence of homelessness and the addiction.
Everywhere you look, needles.
That often accompanies it. We are under a bridge not far from SeaWorld. It used to be an encampment and in some ways still is. There are no mattresses here, but what is here is evidence of what happens on a daily basis. Too many needles to even count. Evidence of rampant drug use.
Panhandling strictly for this. Nothing but dope.
It's crazy. It's not like it used to be. You know, there's all these drugs that are out there on the streets now, and people are using drugs, and it's bad.
Mental health and drug addiction. Things both of these men are fighting on San Antonio streets, but it's often a losing battle. With few beds for those who can't pay for treatment, more often than not, the needle wins.
The drugs mask the problems that they're going through, and the drugs was like, yeah, okay, I can escape for a little while, and then reality come back. In fact, when you come down, it comes back on you even harder, you know, and then you gotta use more drugs.
Help for those with mental health problems, drug addiction, even the need for more affordable housing are all things we heard from people who live on the streets. We also heard from every single person that nobody grows up wanting to be homeless or in the situation they were in. Nobody wants to live in a drainage tunnel, under a bridge, in a burned out RV. What happens now with this conversation is largely up to you. I hope it doesn't end in this alley. For all of those who shared their stories with us, and for my KSAT family that helped make this idea a reality, thank you. For all of us at KSAT 12 News, good night.
Brandon, you're walking.
Yes. Just be very careful till you get used to it again, okay?
Oh, yeah. You're going like really fast.
It's just my legs, they're long.
Doesn't take but a few steps to be across the room.
What about the tea? You forgot about the tea.
I don't need it.
I said I don't need it.
Damn, it's nice to see this part of the door again.